I want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you today. And what I'd like to propose is this may be a way to get the $300 million we need to get the dams built, get water in the Arkansas. Um, some of the committee members, I'm with Business Wi-Fi Solutions, so if you know any businesses that have crummy Wi-Fi, give me a call. But Jennifer Jones with Seed Technologies, John Eagleton, many of you know him, and also Michael Jones, we're on the committee. So the economic impact of bidding for the games was there was no tax dollars used for the Tulsa 2020 or Tulsa 2024. It was 100% privately funded. The only money or tax money used in it was postage stamps to mail to the USOC. And the cash flow generates tax flow in the local economy. The IOC pays the host city to help pay for the cost of the games, and I've got some slides right after this that'll show that. But for example, Atlanta had a $1.7 billion revenue with a $19 million profit. And adjusted for inflation, that's about $3.4 billion impact to the Tulsa region. That's what we were pursuing at no cost. And if you look down on the bottom of the slide, we've got several places where the sources of that information is. The audited, KPMG audited the Atlanta books. And so if we go to the next slide, I'd like to point out that bidding for the Olympics, it acts as a catalyst to get civic projects done. For example, we've been talking for generations to get low water in the Arkansas River, and the perfect spot for kayaking for the Olympics would be right in front of the Gathering Place Park. The INCOG has already proposed that area for kayaking. The light rail system that goes over by the OSU Medical School is an ideal place to put in light rail. And that's where the Olympic Stadium could be. And this could be a catalyst to finally get that done. We've been talking about that. For years, we've had problems with public swimming pools, coming up with budgets to keep them open. And bring in the Olympics, we could put a centrally located natatorium downtown, make it available for NCAA meets for the area universities for swim meets, and also have it open up for the kids to get there and use the light rail to get there. One of the main things about the Olympics is a lot of people jump at the hotels, but the number one, the first thing you come to with hosting the Olympics is where do you put 16,000 athletes? And they want to have the university system to have enough dorms to do that. Atlanta was short 2,800 dorms, and they used private funding sources to add 2,800 dorms, and now those dorms are part of the Georgia Tech. I don't know what numbers that they need locally, but this might be a catalyst to get the dorms our universities need. Roads, Gilcrease Expressway, we've been spending, 40 years trying to get that completed. This might be a catalyst to get that done.
Amen.
Basically, it was 100% privately funded, no tax dollars were used. The IOC gives the host city a lot of money, and I'm going to show you in the next two slides. There's three sources for the host city. It comes from marketing, which is, for example, the Coca-Cola, Visa. Another one is, and then the other is broadcast rights, and then there's ticket sales. For Atlanta in 1996, and this is right off of their balance sheet, $546 million was paid by the IOC to Atlanta for the broadcast rights for them to help run the games. And there's the source right there. $426 million came from marketing sponsorships, and I didn't even include the ticket sales. So what would the impact be to Tulsa for $972 million in 1996 dollars through the economy? So where'd that $426 million number come from? I've got the source right at the top of the page, but I've also copied it here, and you see circled in red. This is 1996 dollars, not adjusted for inflation. $426 million from domestic sponsorship was paid to Atlanta. And the numbers I used for the Tulsa 2024 bid were based off the 426 number. Notice what the numbers were for Beijing and London. Next slide, please. Thank you. And the broadcasting rights, 546 for 1996. Notice that for Beijing they went up. So next slide. Tulsa is at the very top of this Tulsa brochure. New York Times said 52 places to go see. And Tulsa made the front page of the New York Times on July 1st, and also the Tulsa Driller did too. And also made 2/3 of the back page. And I believe that's because of credibility. The New York Times report that came out here and interviewed us, we gave her a 2-inch stack of all the research that she did. Her beat was to cover the Olympic bid cities. And I believe this speaks to the credibility of our bid. And looking forward, connectivity, I know I'm under time pressure here. This could be a catalyst for light rail, highway. The future bid could entice Tulsa to get more active in sports. We're so successful with Tulsa Tough, bike trails, and the Olympic legacies. The Gilchrist Museum, we could spotlight that and highlight that to the world that we are not a flyover Dust Bowl city. So with that, the last page, this is a partial list of what are the actual seating requirements required for the stadiums. And notice it says right here for each of the sports, and notice it says for the main ceremonies, it's 60,000 seats. We don't need a 100,000 seat stadium. And you can make the stadium where it's completely temporary and sell it off. Atlanta built an 80,000 seat stadium, and then they gave away 30,000 seats to the area high schools, and now they have a 55,000 seat stadium for the Atlanta Braves. So we're not asking for any money. We want to create an opportunity for this to put the spotlight on Tulsa. So thank you very much.